been a couple of days since I did anything in the videos in making a video. I've been a little bit busy, but the weather's been so darn hot that I couldn't really do much for very long out in the shuttle bus. But now I've run out of lumber, so it's Saturday, be July 26th, and it's hot, and it's been raining, and it's real humid. But I'm gonna make a run to lumber company, Menards, and I'm gonna go to Lowe's Home Improvement because I've got a return to do and pick up some lumber, some more hardware. What else? I got the water tank and the fuel tank fill hoses all hooked up. Excuse me. Anyway, and I got the water tank all anchored down and ratchet strapped down. And I've been building on the bed and some of the framework for the cupboards that'll be above the foot and above the head of the bed. And I've got the base of the bed all built except for the center part, which is 40 inches wide. That's going to be hinged and lifted up. Now, that's when I ran out of lumber. So anyway, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a ride here, but hang on, it's gonna be a little jerky. Here we go. So I can get some tree damage from the storm. I live on a state highway, and you heard in one of my other videos that there are a lot of traffic. Well, there is a lot of traffic on this road, and it can be loud, but I enjoy just sitting outdoors on a decent day and watching the traffic. I get a lot of police and ambulance going by because I got ambulances down one end of the road there, and state police down the other way, and they're always going back and forth, and you know, several times a day generally. But anyway, I'll be probably doing a little more of the interior video of the bus tomorrow. I'm not going to do any more today, being Saturday. It's just too hot in there to work in here now, and with the rain I can't have the windows open. You're looking through raindrops right now. So anyway, I'm gonna let you go. We'll catch up with you a little bit later. By the way, that wasn't a bug on my windshield. It was a stone hit, and it hasn't been spreading, so I'm not gonna fix it. But also, you see how jittery everything was. That's for a state highway. It's got a rib about every 30-40 feet, and it's big ribs. It just really jars your car. As you can see, I got back from Lowe's. Got some lumber there. Got 4 2x3s and 8 2x2s for the finish up the bed and for the shelving. Here you can see I've got the shower curtain in place, and the shower pan is underneath it, behind that red bucket, and the toilet. They're all just sitting there because that's just temporary for show and tell. And over here, I put the rubber mat on the lift so I can take my showers out on the lift when I've got it flattened out and down to floor level. And I've got the smooth side up so that I can go out there barefoot. It won't hurt too bad. Anyway, that's where the shower is going to be in the end. Well, this fifth shuttle bus build video I'm going to cut it a little bit short because it's just too darn hot and I'm not getting a lot done. I'll show you what I got done here in a minute, but you can see it's too sticky even to shave, and I don't have air conditioning in my house. I'm just an old man living off Social Security, but my money's going into this build rather than into air conditioning. In order to do it right, you'd have to do it. It'd be pretty expensive, but anyway, let's take a look at what I've accomplished here, and what I've still got to try to get done today. It was 80 degrees at 8 o'clock this morning, and that's just tough, you know. So hang on just a second. I got the center part of this bed finished. The only thing that's needed on this bed yet would be to put the plywood on top, and I'm probably not going to do that until I am sure that I want things covered up. And I think these two sides here, I think I'm going to hinge them so that they lift up that way and that way, because it'll be a good place to store some small stuff. And then of course this center section here that raises right up and goes up right flat against the window there. I'll show you that in a second here. There we go. As you can see, I got full access now to where I'll have my batteries, which will be where that red bucket is, and crates in front of it on this side, and then be able to go up there and work on the diesel heater, which is will be above the window, centered pretty close, other than for maybe have to avoid some wiring that goes for the lights up there on the back of the vehicle. Anyway, then after that, and today yet, I'm going to try to get up here at this 2x4 that's painted black on the outside so that you can't see it from the outside. I've got to put in a couple of screws up there into the steel beams, or the structure of the bus, like you see up here up here, but these will be sideways going in just above the window frame. And then over on this side, I don't need so many of those 2x4s or 2x3s, but I've still got to put the screws in on top of that. Now, for some reason, that metal is very hard to drill. As you're drilling it, you got to go with a small drill bit first, and it's snapping as it's drilling, and then you put the bigger drill into it, and it's snapping again. And then when you try to put in a sheet metal screw, I got some real long ones, it's tough. And I've got this so that it's hardly any threads are catching, but I guess it's enough if you can't get the screw to hardly go in. So that's that. I'll be able to open that little window up in the center there, to pull that open if I have a need for ventilation in my cabinet over there, which will be from this 2x4 out and then back to the window frame. Electronics be probably on the outside here so they can be seen, but I might put them on the inside too, and just have a nice, neat looking wiring job with the wires going through and being hidden on the inside of the cabinet. Over here, this is just going to be from the black 2x4 or 2x3 out and then back to that window frame. So it's about 12 inches by 38 on both sides. And that's going to be for pantry and for clothing storage. This side over here be the electronics and pantry. And then of course a bunch of storage down here. Three crates that I mentioned, and then another crate over here. And you can hear my puppy dog out there. He's being impatient. So I got to get to work here, and then I'll cut this video and get it sent out so you guys can see it. Catch you later. One further thing before I end this video is I'm planning to do possibly even a series of videos on handicap and elderly camping. So if you know anybody who is either handicapped or just elderly and don't get around good, encourage them to watch these videos from the beginning, all of them, to encourage them to do something like this so that they can get out and do some camping, even when they're too infirm to really be doing it any other way. This is definitely cheaper than purchasing a $250,000 or $500,000 handicap motorhome that is probably going to fall apart or can't be taken down most trails. But anyway, encourage them to watch this at YouTube /@Tramp Traveler. That again is YouTube /@Tramp Traveler. Thanks and have a good week.